Hey there, this is Jeff. The Danger Club podcast shows what happens when life finds a way.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
Who are you to be sniffing around a beauty such as my daughter?
I am the king of the carnival.
How about you make me a diplomacy check?
We want to get my father-in-law to be Grand Alchemist.
Oh, is that what we need, is it?
You're transferring one time from that.
He's going to introduce us to all the upcoming powerful people.
If we can persuade them and have conversations with them, then that will feed up to him.
The adventure continues now.
Okay, we're rolling.
Turn that.
We can't. It's still rolling.
We had a little break on the last one, didn't we?
So we had a little break, didn't we?
Right,
Classic time, wasn't it?
Dangerlings, if you could just talk amongst yourselves for about 4 minutes while we shake the last bit of the timer out.
It's never going to happen.
No, it's never going to happen. It shouldn't happen because we're here and we're rolling. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast. Oh, does that work, Scott? Can you shake an hourglass more to make time go faster?
No, it makes me feel better though.
Is that how we travel through time? If you shake the hourglass, force the sand through.
That'd probably be a nice. That'd be a nice visual effect in a film, wouldn't it? If someone shook an hourglass to indicate time travel, that'd be quite cool, wouldn't it?
And it went.
Quite cool.
All of a sudden,
And do you know, fun fact: if you shake an hourglass as it's going through, it ends up taking exactly an hour for the sand to go.
Ooh.
Yeah, there we go. Fun fact.
We're all learning. We're all learning things.
I wouldn't say fun.
No.
Yeah, no, that was painful.
Come on, maths is fun.
I would
Love is
say
pain.
awful.
Oh, speaking of fun, have we turned into a dating show? Is that what's happening?
I
A sort
do
of
think
Love
this
Island.
is-
It's a bit of a dating show.
Yeah.
Bit of a dating show. Meet my father.
Yeah.
Thumbing with my father. I mean, My Life in Romance by Fulton Battlestone.
It's dating with property, so it's like a Tory Love Island.
Yeah.
It is like, you're all trying to arrange a marriage for Fulton in order to...
You are a conservative. Still listen. I mean, still keep listening.
Just reconsider.
But we're making fun of you.
You have two speeds, don't you, Colin? You have two speeds on this. You'd be like, if you are a member of the Conservative Party and you listen to our show, then do continue to enjoy. And then other weeks you're just like, fuck Tory.
No, I want
You're
conservative.
going to be a homeowner soon, so you'll probably be like, swing to the right.
All switches.
Yeah, let's not jinx it though. Do you know what I mean? Like, touch wood. I will be sleeping in my own place.
Tell you who else is going to be touching each other's wood.
Fulton!
That's well too early for this.
That's well, yeah. 2 minutes in.
Who said I was trying to segue? I was just making a lewd joke.
Oh, wood's touching.
You could say you were making a ludus joke. Ha 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 ha.
Please subscribe to our Patreon.
No, not based on that. Not based on that. And listen to the Danger Games, but not because Ross said those words.
Yeah, listen to Danger Games because there are twice as many dick jokes in the Danger Games as there are in
They're all from Dan's character.
I'm shameful on that show. I'm dreadful.
It's a great show.
It is a good show.
It's a good show. There's some really fun stuff.
It's a lot of
Sounds
fun.
like happening in that. Very good.
Oh, and the first of our Patreon shows to have a season 2, and lovely to be back
Season
doing.
2.
Do you know what we need as well? We need you Dangerlings to, we love the comments you make on our Discord.
So amazing.
But we'd love it if you would, give us a review, give us, spread the word on your Twitters and your Twitterverses and your Facebooks and your Instagram.
As crowbarred in as that was, actually, I've been meaning to say this for ages. We did a thing ages ago. I did some data collection ages ago, and we found out the main ways that you folks have heard about this podcast.
Codecast.
The podcast.
Oh, we make a podcast about thumbing and marriage.
Podcast.
Welcome to Danger Marriage.
You found about the podcast because either social media or through your friends telling you. Those are the two main ways our podcast gets about. So if you want to support us but can't can't stretch to the Patreon or something, then the best thing you can do for us is retweeting or telling your mates that are into fantasy stuff about this. Those are the main ways you can help us.
I'll tell you what, it's when if you see something on social media where someone's like, oh, I'm looking for a TT RPG or whatever, or a podcast, I like whatever. If you're too because some people don't like tweeting. Some people don't like
I don't
sharing
like
posts and stuff like that. I understand that.
I know you don't like tweeting,
weird.
James.
I do
Fully
retweet,
aware of
actually.
that.
However, those people usually are okay to get into conversations on social media, whichever platform you use. So if you are on anything like that and you see someone saying something like that, the best thing you can do is say, "Oh, the Danger Club podcast is good," because a recommendation like that goes a long way, especially in a Twitter thread or something, or a Facebook thread or something. On a social media thread, then that's quite a good thing. And then stories are really good. If you share one of our posts to your story and just say, "This podcast is great," that's a good way of getting word out. Bless you, Dan.
Thank you. I'm allergic to marketing.
Kaplan woke up.
Sorry, Kaplan.
But look, whatever you do is great. We're just telling people whatever, man, is so good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're not here to tell you what to do, but it would be amazing if you do share it, because it's the only way the podcast grows.
We're not here to tell you what to do. We do often tell you what to do.
Yes.
We're not here to do that, but we will overstep those bounds and tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank
That's what we're trying to
you.
say. We love you all. Thank you.
Thank
What was
you.
We love you
You.
and you.
Oh, no. No.
Oh, look at this
no.
person.
Oh.
We love them, don't we?
Who's coming in now? You. We love you as well.
Love them.
And you.
Oh, Ross has done a thing where he's created an improv in his mind, and I don't know what the world is. And it's like,
This could literally be the whole episode as well, because we've got
Because
quite
you're
a lot of
saying
listeners.
thank
there's
you
no
to the
fucking-
people listening, and they're listening, and they're going to go, "Oh, me," and then they're going to go, "Yeah, you, and you."
okay.
I feel like you've stolen that off an advert, but I can't place it.
What advert?
It's
goes
not an
on?
advert. It was the theme tune to a very popular TV program, which has since been rubbish because the celebrity was a terrible, terrible person.
Also, Oprah Winfrey did that, didn't she?
I don't know about
She-
Oprah
there was
Winfrey.
one audience where
She wasn't a terrible, terrible person, by the way.
She gave everyone a car. Didn't
Was
she?
it a car? I thought
Yeah.
You
it
get a
was
car. You get a
I
Now
car.
thought
look
it was-
under you and for you and for you.
I thought it was bees because memes. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
I only
Bees?
know. Yeah,
You
the
thought
bees.
Oprah literally gave bees to people?
You've got to be, and you've got to be right
Look
now.
under your seat. There's a bee under every seat.
Yeah, I'll
dead
give you a
bee.
car full of bees.
If I'm honest, Oprah, from an environmental perspective, it would have been better if you'd given people bees rather than cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oprah, if you're listening, we love you.
You
Tweet
are the
us,
terrible
tweet us.
person.
And if you're a bee driving a car, I can see you're very confused.
Yeah.
So,
What about a bee stuck in a car?
One of my mates once brought a bee to a game of D&D I was having at my house.
get D&D and B.
D&B. I shit you not. He fucking he turned up and was like, "Hey man, how's it going? You all right? What you got the bum bag on for? Is that dice?" And he was like, "No, I've got my bee in here."
What?
Yeah.
Is it like a date or?
Honestly, he was like, "Why have you got a bee in there?" He was like, "Yeah, I just saw it on the ground at my house," and he looked a bit tired, so I brought him in the house with me, and he sat on the sofa with me and watched TV with me for a bit. I was like, great. And then I was like, I'm going into D&D around Scott's house, so I'll just put him in my bum bag and bring him along. I was like, why have you trapped a bee in your groin pocket? Like, it's a bumblebee. He was like, yeah, here it is. And it just crawled out. I was like, bro, give it.
They want sugar water, not companionship.
Yeah.
Or like daytime TV while you're sitting around waiting to play TTRPG games. Like, what? I was like, let him outside. He's like, oh, he looks pretty tired. And then he died. I was like, well, obviously.
Of course he did.
Obviously let him outside the other side of London, so he's not going to even know where his ecosystem is.
Yeah, man.
She, probably. It was a bumblebee.
No, it'd be me. He.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, it's only one lady. One lady.
No way. No, all the drones are female.
No, drones are male.
Only
drone's
the
male.
queen is female.
Is it really?
I believe so.
Okay.
And
Thinking
that's
about
why
wasps,
if
maybe.
No,
if,
wasps. The wasps don't have. They're just cunts.
Yeah. Do you know what? You can't kill them. No, you can't kill them these
Yes, you
days.
can.
You can't. No, because
It's really
they're
easy.
No, they're
I'll show you.
pollinators.
Look,
They're
I'll get this
pollinators.
down
No,
straight.
stop.
They're not.
They're
Studies
pollinators.
have shown that bats pollinate more than wasps do.
Doesn't matter. Wasps.
And bats are sick as fuck.
Wasps still pollinate. Yeah, you can't kill the wasps. Okay, I'm sorry about this, but you
Dangerlings,
can't.
get on social media, promote the Danger Club podcast to your friends, or we will kill this fucking wasp live on air.
I'm not sure that's going to detract people because most people don't like wasps.
You got to leave them. You got to just make friends with them now.
To be fair, if you do,
all right, go
you
get us a
make friends with
bee.
them.
Someone get us a bee, and we'll do it with a bee.
I tell you, if Oprah
saw a
give
couple of
away
bees the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's February. Couple of bees running around in the bush. They're having a right laugh.
Get
Little
out.
honeybees as well.
On their mopeds.
He's tearing up the town.
Doing a bit of street art. It was great.
Yeah, because that's what bees do. They have a nice time. Wasps
they
don't
do.
do that. Wasps will just come in your house and take a shit on your floor for no reason.
Don't get me wrong, they are pricks, but you can't. You have
What
to just
about
make friends with them.
flies?
I don't kill them. I just give them a
Don't
light
worry about
swatting.
flies. Like, I mean, flies are a definite part of the ecosystem, but kill them if you want.
Well, just leave
Nah,
it
flies are pollinators by the same logic.
They're not.
Wasps don't go into flowers on purpose.
Wasps are pollinators. Look it up.
I think it's use wood and stuff to make their nests.
And actually, flies, they pollinate poo, don't they?
Yeah.
That's how
Exactly.
poo gets about. Otherwise,
That's how poo gets about.
The poo would just die out.
That's why if
wouldn't
it lands on your toast, don't eat your toast. Yeah, because flies have probably been on shit before.
Yeah.
They sit on your
And
toast.
if it lands on your poo, toast it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Stick it in
What
a
if I've
toaster.
toasted my
Lovely bit of
poo?
poo toast.
They throw up over their food, don't they?
They do, mate.
They don't.
Do they not?
They're not.
Technically speaking, the gist of what you're saying is right. So what they do is they bring up their entire digestive system through a tube in their mouth, which is the proboscis thing. So when they put that horrible little mouth tube on things, that's them putting a bit of their guts onto your food or whatever it is that
Right,
they're doing.
right.
So they do kind of throw up, but only half throw up, and they just do it again and again and again and again.
I mean, glass houses. I've seen you hoover up a 3-person and it looks like you're putting your stomach on it.
Yeah, literally. It's like the Brundle fly. It's just sort of like, I'll have the hot chili wings. Yeah, I've had a double burger now.
I fucking do it again.
You know this is a meal for four, don't you? Yes, I know.
I know what I'm about, son.
What about
Just give me the damn chicken.
that guy? What
about moths?
That's why in Jeff
About
Goldblum's
moths?
The Fly.
moths?
Hang on, I don't move
Sorry.
on. I
Okay,
haven't finished talking. You see him throwing up into his hand because he's transitioning into being a fly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
I
sorry,
see.
carry on about
So
what?
what
Okay.
about moths?
Fuck
No.
moths. Yeah, they're just butterflies that live at night.
Daddy long legs?
Well, it depends what daddy long legs you're talking about. Because actually, there's a spider in Australia which is called a daddy long legs, and that is the most poisonous spider in the world.
Are we in Australia, Colin?
No, I know, but I'm just saying that. Like,
What's the likelihood of us talking about that one?
so the daddy long legs you get here, crane flies, they are. There's a rumor that they are the most dangerous. They've got the most poison.
Yeah, but they
it's
don't
not.
have teeth.
Yeah, they don't.
something.
That's
absolutely
that's
true, and I will not hear otherwise.
That's in reference to the spider in
They are-
Australia, not the crane fly in the UK.
Crane flies are just useless flappy flies.
They really
Like,
are,
How
yeah.
on earth did they evolve to now? They just crash about the place and get eaten.
It's like moths when you touch them.
Before we dive into this bank, if we can get the definitive list of animals that Colin can and will kill. So we've got moths, daddy long legs.
The thing is with moths, right,
Tigers?
is if you see moths in your house,
Elephants.
Listen,
We
if
go-
you see moths in your house, you know you're gonna have they're gonna eat your clothes.
Okay.
And the best way to stop them is to kill them because then they won't lay eggs.
Yeah.
So yes,
Okay.
kill moths.
Kill
Okay?
moths. Kill
Or
moths. Okay.
cedar wood.
Yeah.
Cedarwood deters them.
It does deter them.
But you have to kind of every month you have to go with like a bit of sandpaper or a cheese grater and reignite the cedarwood.
Or you could just get a tiny little bottle full of cedarwood oil and use that.
That helps as well. But it will never ever get rid of them all.
I tell you what,
You gotta hoover
I'll
them
show you a picture of me chasing a moth with a cedarwood bottle I got from Holland and Barrett, and I bet it flies away from me.
Oh, they do. Yeah, it will deter them, of
There
course.
you go.
But they will.
Case closed.
But
To be fair,
they will find parts of your clothes that they'll still
And to be
eat.
fair, Scott, if you were running after me with a bottle of cedarwood, I would also run and leave.
Is it more about me?
What you have to do is catch Scott after like a 4-person meal from Nando's.
Oh yeah, and,
And
then,
then
he's
he's-
sedentary. He can barely move at half pace.
Yeah.
and then you can eat his clothes.
No, I wouldn't kill a tiger unless it was coming to kill me.
No, well, a tiger's not going to eat your
I had a
clothes.
spear.
What about a
you know.
goat?
Goats.
A goat is going to. If you see a goat in your house, that goat's going to try and eat your clothes.
Yeah,
you have
absolutely,
to kill the
yeah.
goat
And
before it
also-
eats your clothes.
I probably
Well,
wouldn't.
yeah,
I'd
'cause
probably
otherwise the
just steer the goat out of the house.
With some
Yeah,
cedarwood.
You know.
Yeah,
Have you ever
but-
eaten goat before? Yeah.
Oh,
curried
man,
goat?
yes.
But the thing
Great,
is, you've
yeah.
got to be
Curried
quick, 'cause
goat.
otherwise it'll lay its eggs, and then you'll have goats growing in your house.
Although-
Goat eggs.
Goat eggs, mate.
Let's load up on cedarwood, kill ourselves a lamb, and have ourselves a lovely goaty banquet because we are in next, and the heroes of Anepian are hungry for dinner and politics and maybe murder and love.
It's going to be a busy time.
It's plain.
It's going to be a busy meal. So you are stepping out into the grand banqueting hall of the Apothequeen for this fabled banquet that is being held in your honour, which has been set up just for you because of how wonderful you are and the fact you saved the whole city. Gathered around the table is Master Alchemist Borum with his assistant. there is Fulton's prospective new father-in-law, Lord Fulton Bottlebrook, and his beautiful daughter, Tequila with a K, as well as lots of other dignitaries from around the city. As you are announced, the guards announce, "Assembled guests, the heroes of a Nepean."
We do that ourselves.
I think we just cheered ourselves. Yeah.
Isn't it mad that they say their own place so much, the heroes of an Nepean? Like, but to them it would just be the heroes of the local area.
Like the heroes of London.
Where?
What's that?
Heroes of London.
A crack in the sky, like Ren's open, and we
Spider-Man
see eyes peering down.
And Michael Keaton comes dropping through saying, "I am Batman."
James comes through with some cedar wood.
And a goat version of Colin comes through, laying a stream of eggs. It's just,
A weird few episodes, man.
It's been a funny afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh my god! Well, Dangerlings, we made a decision to make this a dry record because we were like, well, we've been having a few drinks lately. Some of us have. We're like, let's make it a no drinking record, and I think that has gone superbly well. It hasn't gotten weird at all.
No.
So you are you're introduced. You're brought in, and true to form, Lord Bottlebrook has made sure that there are some seats near you. Fulton, he sits you right next to him, and the rest of you are kind of sat in a line along it in between some various people. As you settle down for the meeting, Master Alchemist Borum is not too far from all of you. He says, welcome, heroes. I trust that you have been having a productive time in our beautiful city.
Very productive. I found the love of my life.
He kind of looks as, oh, I see. Well, the beautiful Miss Tequila Bottlebrook, is it?
Aye.
Well,
How did you know that?
and she sat right there, and you're sat next to her father.
Oh, right,
I
yeah,
sort of
that makes
assumed,
sense.
no other reason would I assume that someone had gotten with Miss Tequila Bottlebrook. It's absolutely not something that happens on a regular basis around here. Anyway,
Bubba kind of
he
side
said
eyes
it's absolutely something that doesn't happen on a regular basis.
Why did you feel the need to?
It's just because he's emphasising that it's something that doesn't happen all the time. We don't need to dwell on it. That's all, Bubba.
Yes,
so anyway,
exactly.
Anyway, how's it all potions?
It's one of my, traits. I like to dwell on stuff.
Dwell on things?
Yeah,
Since when?
sometimes.
Since when have you decided that's a thing you do now?
No,
I don't think
I decided a long time ago.
I've never known you to dwell on anything.
You've never dwelled on anything. You're usually like, oh well, never mind, and then you just move on.
That's an uncanny impression of you.
That was quite good, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, that's why I'd like you to think.
Oh, well, you can dwell on that. You're a deep pool, are you? Like the one you were jumping into like a child
that
earlier.
pool was amazing.
It
were
was,
very
wasn't it?
good
It was
in that
so
pool.
now
good.
dwell on
Did you
that
see me
pool,
jump?
And we did.
I'll jump again if you like.
Yeah, every
Not
time
right here. 'cause-
Every time you reach the apex of your jump, I kept expecting to throw your arms out, but you didn't.
Have you ever jumped into a pool, mate?
Which mate are you talking?
You.
The Grand Inquisitional Alchemist.
Is it the Grand Inquisitor
Borum.
here?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, you ever jumped into a pool?
There's
Grand-
a wardrobe sat behind the table at one side.
the Grand Inquisitor?
Occasionally a hand shoots out and just grabs some food and disappears back inside.
It's good, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, if you did ever jump in a pool, I'd be like, wow. Once you jumped, I'd be like, gosh, Borum's Falls.
No, that works. That works as a joke.
Yes.
I approve of that. That's you
With
worked on that
awkward
one.
diplomatic
Okay.
optimism, nailed it.
Are we sitting down
This is my father-in-law.
yet? Yes,
you're introducing him.
I mean, you're introducing.
You've known each other for years.
I think he knows him. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
I believe you have met.
Be like me introducing Dan to you.
Lord Bottlebrook. Yes, we are familiar with each other. He works for me. I'm on his council. He is, Lord Bottlebrook says curtly.
Yes, the council.
I think his council, not
His
council.
Yes.
but-
Anyway,
Yes. Anyway,
You are.
you're just repeating. You've got so used to repeating things that Bubba and Velda have messaged that now you just
lost
do
the ability to think for yourself.
You are brought some great platters are brought out and laid out along the table. They are kind of large platters of a very flat, spongy bread that kind of covers. It's like a few feet across, covers the whole platter, and on it is just around the side is just a ring of different little piles of kind of like dals and little vegetable like pickles and things like multicolored different kind of vegetable dishes around it, and then they come round with great jugs and they pour sort of steaming black dal into the center of it, and as you see people reaching in, they're just tearing off bits of the bread with the sort of vegetable and dipping it in the dal and eating it. It seems like you're supposed to sort of share it amongst kind of the people immediately around you. So you all kind of...
This is delicious.
Great.
Yeah, it's
so
very
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Fulton,
Aye, lad.
could you do that movie thing of just telling me who is everyone around the room?
Aye, let me point out a few people.
Fuck me, Ross has got his notes out.
Obviously, you already know the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Has he not called them Head Alchemist?
No, Master Alchemist Borum is there.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Oh, the Grand Inquisitor.
What's his name?
Oh, nobody knows his name.
Oh.
Hasn't been out of that wardrobe in years.
I mean, he did. He came out and said hello, and then he got back in the
Velda, no one's going to believe you.
I know.
Oh, that I'll miss that moment.
Well.
No, he's very much a silent partner on the council. That over there
You say
is...
he's a bit wooden. A bit closeted.
He narrows his eyes at you.
Because he's in a wardrobe.
Are you
this doll.
Are you joking with me, lad?
No. It's fine.
Velda, you're embarrassing me.
Which astonishes even me, but yes, it does appear that I'm embarrassing you. I apologise.
Velda were henchmen, remember?
Oh, yes. I'm a henchman.
It's not like Pokemon, you don't have to say it.
Well, I don't know. Henchman.
The big man over there, that's Fal, son of Pesh. He controls a lot of the import and export trade in the city.
Fal, son of Pesh.
Aye, it's he's all right, and we get on well enough, and his habits keep him easy to control, as it were.
Habits.
Aye. Well, they don't call it Son of Pesh. They don't call him Son of Pesh because of his name. They call it for his love of the drug Pesh. Comes in from Katapesh. Nasty stuff, but he bloody loves it, and he's got enough money to get as much of it as he wants.
Have we heard of Pesh before?
Yeah, you'll have heard on your travels. It's a smokable narcotic that is pleasant and euphoric in small doses and horrifically addictive in large doses.
Okay.
It's very opium-y, if you want a kind of a real-world analogue of what it's like. He points over to a kobold a little feet down who has her hair done up in bright ringlets and horns sticking up out of the top of it with same bejeweled rings on it. He says, "That's Paula Rambunctious. She runs the nightlife in the city. If you want to have a good time, you go to Paula. That's what I've heard. She's on the council as well. And them over there." He points over in the corner to another part of the table where there are a pair of Gorons, leaf-covered creatures with kind of long vegetable-like stems. They are both lounging over each other with their leafy faces. One of them they both have their arms around each other, and they're just kind of staring across the table at various people. At one point, their gaze kind of falls on Caragor, and that you see them just sort of looking at you for a little bit longer than is comfortable. They seem entirely unfazed that you notice that they're looking at you.
Oh, did the I see you eyebrow, but they didn't stop looking.
Aye, that's Mr. and Mrs. Deadly Game. Hunter and Swift Deadly Game. You don't want to get mixed up with them, I tell you.
Their second names are Deadly Game.
Aye.
Like our middle name is Danger.
Aye, no, their surname is Deadly Game.
Wow, that's I mean,
It sets out its stall, doesn't it?
gosh.
You know,
It's
yeah, I
pretty
mean,
badass.
Yeah.
Isn't
what
it?
family is that?
Oh, you need
Well,
someone.
the Deadly Game family.
You want someone to disappear in this city? You go to the Deadly Games.
Wow.
Eh?
No.
No, I don't know why.
It's literally not even part of the plan. There's no part of this plan that involves that.
No.
We're not adding more detail to the plan
Do I,
at this point.
Should I have my leaf crown, or do you think they're that bothered?
Is it made of the...
I mean, you can barely tell. It looks like just a bit of sort of dried old...
It doesn't look like they've noticed, to be fair.
Fair enough. Leave it on.
Keep it on. Maybe shout about it later.
Yeah.
Like, see if they can.
don't draw attention to it.
I don't think we want to get
The
mixed up
only
with
reason-
the games, no.
Yeah, the only reason why I said don't take them all off is because it is unfortunately part of your disgusting brand, and that is somehow working for you. So don't take them off, but don't draw attention to them.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon to wear pieces of Gorin in the city. Don't worry. Most of it's ethically sourced. Most of it. And nobody can tell the difference if it's not. Frankly, it's not my business where you got it from. It looks good on you, lad.
Thanks,
That's all that should matter.
So you've got... Oh, you're not finished yet, are you? Sorry.
No.
Anyone else?
Sorry.
They're the
everything?
most important one. They're the members of the council. Everyone else, they're rich, but they're not politically powerful.
That's strange. So the most politically powerful people you've got are trade person, alright, scans, nightlife person, and not assassin people, but they are assassin people.
Everyone's got something on someone.
And I thought it'd be like a general or a chief of navy or,
No, the army is controlled by the master alchemist. He's the one who's got control of the of most of the golems that they use for fighting.
So, sir, do you think if we were to ask Mr. and Mrs. Hunter Deadly Game that you said everyone's got something to hide and everyone's got
Aye.
something on someone?
No, that's right.
Do you think they may have something on the Grand Inquisitor?
Easy,
the
lad. Easy, lad. Careful around the table like this. You never know who's listening.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's quite
fair
a
enough.
harsh question
Yes,
there,
exactly.
especially at the.
It's because in that wardrobe looks thick, but it might not be as thick. It might be quite thin. And he'll hear you in there.
The wardrobe opens a crack.
It is great though, because that'd be a more efficient way. If we could just blackmail him into doing the right thing, that'd be a lot simpler than just organising some kind of weird trade war between all these barons.
Why don't we put him in a bag?
I can't put him in a bag. I'd love to put him in a bag.
Come on, that'd be great.
I know, but I can't put him because civilised people. Look at this world banquet.
Oh,
Come
I
on, look at all
suppose
this
it is.
doll. You having a nice time with all this doll?
I'm
Can't do
actually
that.
loving this dal.
dal.
Really good.
Yeah.
We've had
dal.
kind of spicy stuff in a while. This is very tasty.
Tequila, you look beautiful today.
She sat kind of a few down from
She
you.
saw her earlier.
next to Bubba. She leans there and goes, "Thanks, sweetie."
So we getting married tomorrow, or
Ixnay on the tomorrow's
huh?
Fulton, you haven't even got me a ring yet.
Yeah, don't do it tomorrow. Don't remember you were gonna sleep on it.
Literally, you're going to sleep on it.
You were
Oh,
looking in
yeah.
your fucking character sheet for a ring, then, weren't you?
I can't say no to you, Fulton. Let's get married tomorrow.
Whoa. I think like
Come on, you've got to do
Bubba.
it traditionally.
Bubba,
You haven't got any priests though.
Daddy, can we find a priest?
Listen,
Anything for you, cupcake.
Fulton.
Got to go around
hell,
and break a priest's leg now.
So,
Well, it'll be
pin him in the knee.
fine.
Look, we talked about this. You started saying like.
Yeah, but I can back out if I want.
No,
You can't.
that's
Once
not
you're
how it
married,
works.
once you're married, you're married. You got. There's nothing you could do.
Huh?
You're stuck with it. Yeah.
The
It's-
number of you keep just going up and going to the bathroom together to have these little side conversations.
Oh no!
So when we go back, just don't say I don't want to get married. Just say I don't want to get married tomorrow. Like put it on the sly, yeah.
Say like it's a Battlestone thing to call days weeks because that's how long you spend at Forge.
Yeah,
you know?
2 years. 2 years. You'll get married in 2 years.
Don't say that
In the summer.
because that's drastically different from a day.
The waiting will make it sweeter.
Are you eating
okay.
something?
Yeah, I mean, there's dal.
Oh, fair enough.
It's really nice.
It's lifestyle. Yeah,
Good dal.
It's good dal. Why did you bring it to the toilet?
Well, I was just really enjoying it. And is it weird to be in the
Handful
toilet?
of it.
Someone flushes, comes out, and goes, "Oh,
Oh, I think it's weird to be in the toilet. I think,
Should we talk
Alright,
to
fine.
the Mr. and Mrs. Hunter people, or do you think we should wait until after the So
No, I don't think we should speak to the Mr. and Mrs. Hunter at all.
Look,
the
when-
Deadly Games.
No, we should definitely.
we definitely
should
should.
make friends with them.
It's
Yeah.
definitely going to be something that they've got.
We just have
useful.
to
We
pay
just
them, and then they'll give us some dirt on it.
Probably won't be paid.
But it's going to be a double thing. It's going to be information, isn't it? We're
Yeah,
going to
it'll-
dirty ourselves.
It'll
But why
be
don't we-
making us do
why-
something horrific.
Jam
probably.
Jam can do something horrific. Can you, Jam
I mean,
Jam?
Jam Jam literally
Jam
set
Jam
fire to
wasn't
a restaurant.
invited to the banquet.
Oh, he's just waiting outside.
Jam Jam's
Wait, I've got the idea. There's 3 important people plus the bottle breakers to keep sweet.
Yeah.
One of us each can go off to one of these targets, have an interaction with them to benefit the overall thing, while Fulton stays here and keeps it sweet with his missus and his stepfather.
Well, I was going to suggest when the dances start happening, we could all just pick a partner, dance, and then get in there like that. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not a good dancer.
Not with that attitude.
Felder, you didn't want to
Not with
fucking
that
wait.
attitude.
You don't want to fucking dance.
Well, I'm eating.
Let me see you dance. Come on.
Oh, all right. Look, well, this is
You
an
really are a
dance.
necromancer.
Felder with a handful of dolls starts dancing in the toilet.
I'm gonna roll a performance check. I get no bonus in this.
Where, here we go.
Here we go. I'll call
You say
this
we're not rolling
Dolly
skill checks.
toilet dance. Oh, it's an 8. I just dropped that bit of dial, but there's no reason to leave it.
Why did you drop it in the toilet?
I
Jeez.
didn't drop it in the toilet.
Maybe the dancing is a bad
In the
idea.
toilet.
But I think you're right about the interactions. Maybe we could go off and we could do that.
All right, so
All right. Shotgun, not to kill people.
I'm going to go over to them only because they were looking at
Shotgun?
me.
What's that?
They were looking at me, so I'm going to go over to them.
All right.
What about this one? Belle starts dancing again. It's a 2.
Oh, stop. We're not doing the dancing thing.
Well, no, but look, I've got it. This is. Yeah, well, come on.
Carrigal covers his other eye.
He's doing the robot. It's really inappropriate in a city that was destroyed by a robot.
Look at me, smashing a building, firing my cannon. Look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they'll call me the dance floor breaker.
It's too soon, man. Too soon. Maybe in about 15 years.
Well, when I
It
go on
might
the
be
dance floor,
quite
everyone else
fun.
leaves. So, that's why I'm the dance floor breaker.
Because you leave.
No, because everyone else leaves. Well, all right, fine.
Right, I
Right, so
think
you're going to go and speak to the Leshies.
Aye.
Right?
take my crown.
Nope.
No, don't.
Why?
Trust me, it'll work.
Who shall I go and speak to?
we got the trade person who's hooked on drugs.
Or the
and then
nightlife.
we've got the
Hooked on
nightlife person.
drugs.
Yeah, nightlife. 'cause
Night-
you're
No, I'm going to go nightlife.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
you're a
yeah.
bard.
What's her name again?
I've got it. written
Paula
down.
Outstanding.
Paula.
No,
Paula
Paula
Magnificent.
Rambunctious.
I like the idea of Paula. She sounds
Paula Rambunctious.
Right, and
Yeah,
that
they
leaves
sound fantastic.
Velda. You got to go with the drug addict.
You're going
trade.
to
the drug
fall
addict.
the son of Pesh.
great. You've been addicted to drugs,
Fall
haven't
son
you?
of Pesh.
No.
Because you're evil.
No.
Hey,
are
being
you-
addicted to drugs doesn't make you evil.
Exactly.
true,
yeah, it could
true,
be
very true.
circumstances and all that sort of stuff.
It's all of Velda's other stuff that
I
makes
take that back. I take that back. That's a very bad thing
It's
to
the
say.
smashing of the jug on the innocent man that was turning.
Yeah, it's
No,
not that.
you were the innocent man who was turning into a blob. You
Yeah,
literally
he
counted at
killed
that
him.
point. I
He,
did.
he had more time.
He did not
He
have
had
more time. His face was melting
The
as I hit
important
it with
thing
the
was
pot.
is it felt like murder. That's why we've all come away
Why?
with it feeling
And
like murder.
you've all done horrible things, and that's what you remember? Me smashing a jug on a melting man.
I've only got a little bit of hope for you these days. Do you know what I mean?
I just see his eyes.
It just gets worse and
His
worse.
wide
Yeah,
eyes
they just
looking
start-
down at the jug as it cracked him on the head.
He had wide eyes because they were melting.
He was just about to. He wanted to speak to his family, and
I heard a whisper of him go, "No, please, I have a family."
Remember that time he tried to sell Fulton to that horrible bride?
Yeah.
Which one?
You know. The
Oh
one in
yeah, I
there.
remember the frog one.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. She was that bad, was she?
Yeah, well,
Well, anyway, he's getting married to someone else now, isn't he?
Get married to someone
Yeah.
else, yeah. But I mean, you literally gouge someone's eyes out with little thumbs.
And you bring food
My
into the toilet.
father-in-law has
Evil
as well.
man.
I finished the food. Well,
So-
I'm
Yeah, in the toilet.
going to suck
Anyway.
the
See
steak
you
on the front of my
later.
mouth.
We're all got our plans, okay? So we've got to get these people on side. We
On
want them
side.
on side of the bottle break. The bottle.
Hang on, are we literally trying to plan a sort of rebellion, insurrection against the?
A coup. Yeah.
Well, no, we don't need a coup. All we need is
So we
to
don't want a coup.
put pressure on them when Lord Bottle. What's his name?
To
Bottle,
support Bottleneck.
Bottlebrook.
Bottlebrook. We support Lord Bottlebrook when he makes a suggestion to get Master Alchemist to sell his property.
All right.
So we want to lean on the fact that getting, bigging up Bottlebrook is a better idea, and that it will also benefit them somehow. So think about that, maybe. Ooh,
All right. See you in a bit.
Brilliant, vague.
Bubba leaves.
Aye.
you could make it more less vague if you want.
Oh, it's going to be whatever. I've gone. Oh, have we gone? Oh, hang on, we're going to do this after the dance.
That's fine. You kind of there
you
are,
don't have to do it on the
I'm
dance.
just sitting.
No, the banquet kind of has phases to it. So there's kind of you've sort of eaten this one course, and then there's a more relaxed. You're brought drinks, and there's time to kind of mingle and socialise a bit before the main course is brought out. So you've got a bit of time to sort of circulate and go.
There's
and
a main
chat.
course.
So there is going to be.
I filled up with dal. I thought that was the main course.
It's quite a big,
That's the rookie mistake in an Epian, James. You never fill up on dal.
An Endura, is that what it's like, isn't it?
It's
Endura,
that, yeah. It's
beautiful.
based entirely on. I went to an Ethiopian restaurant the other week. It's
Yeah, it's
based
so
entirely
amazing.
on. It's so good.
Oh,
It's
it's so
really.
good. Just picking it all up, it's amazing. Yeah,
So fucking hungry now.
all those different. Like,
I watched the
flavours.
menu last night as well.
Oh, it's quite good, isn't it?
Starving after watching fucking fucking damn it.
All right, Bubba runs over to Paula.
Okay, we're going with Bubba and Paula Rambunctious first of all. So,
Paula, Bubba, what's going on?
she looks up at you and goes, "Oh, darling."
I've been told if I want a good time, I need to come and speak to Paula Rambunctious. I need to go and speak to Paula Rambunctious. Sorry, my brain's a bit funny today.
That's
I've
right.
been jumping in and out of a pool.
Got a bit of water in here.
Paula, hey, because
Yes.
I'm a bit nervous. I've heard you're really cool.
It seems.
Yeah.
So she clacks her claws together and says, "Yes, if you want a good time in this city, they say come to Paula. Paula knows where all the best spots are. Paula owns most of them. I don't know. Don't worry, I would always talk about myself in the third person. It's just what people say. What's your name, young man?"
Bubba,
Bubba!
I'm one of the heroes of Next.
One of the heroes of Next.
Yeah.
You certainly have been doing an excellent job of it, I have to say. What do you think of our terribly boring city?
Oh, it's not boring at all. It's nice. There's a lot going on, isn't there? Yeah.
There's a lot going on if you know where to look, darling.
Yeah. Have you ever been outside the dome?
Oh, I get around. That's another thing people say about Paula.
Paula gets around.
Exactly. I have business interests inside and outside of the still.
Oh.
You can't live a full life living inside a greenhouse, darling. You have to get out and about. I'm not like the greenies over there. And she points over at the two Gorons. Says, I don't want to just sit in a hot house all the life. Although I do like a hot house, if you know what I mean, darling.
Doesn't like a hot house, Paula. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love that. So, outside the dome, what do you reckon your interests are out there? What do you want to? Do you make money out there?
I run a lot of the bars, a lot of the nighttime establishments.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I bet it would be
outside
nicer for you outside the dome if there were a lot more people that could come to your bars and your restaurants and places, right?
I mean, it would be good. Some of the business has been appalling, and not just recently after the war, of course, after the giant thing smashed everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's been. I'm barely getting by on the insurance money after an unfortunate fire at one of my senior establishments yesterday.
Well, I tell you what, right? Fires aside, right?
Yes.
What if I could say to you that I have a little birdie's told me, right, that maybe there's going to be an opportunity where all of those properties around the area might get sold, yeah, and your business could treble.
You don't say.
Yeah. Would you be on the side of the person that might wanna?
It certainly sounds interesting, but I can't see Borum ever wanting to sell.
I mean, leave that with me. All right. There's people that I know that have people they know who people. If you know what I mean, that's what's happening.
Very cryptic.
Yeah.
You're an interesting Tengu, Baba.
Oh, thank you very much. You're a very interesting Paula.
Kobold.
Yeah.
It's all right. I was like, fuck, what did I say she was? When you went first went over there, I was like, a claws. It's certainly an interesting opportunity. Don't worry, I take care of my friends, Baba.
I'm just going to say one name to you, and that is Bottlebrook. All right.
Bottlebrook.
Give you a little wink.
That's good to
Bubba
know.
winks.
Thank you, Baba.
You need anything, you come and see old Bubba, yeah?
Of course.
Paula, you seem like a nice kobold. If you want to dance later, let me know.
I would love to, darling.
All right, come and find me. I'll be over there by the Bottlebooks.
You you kind of make your excuses and you head away. I don't think Bubba like subtly winks at people, but of course his eyes are like on the side of his head.
Yes, he's
so
got
he has to
to
turn
turn
his
his
entire head to
Yeah.
subtly wink.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, so you make some headway with Paula.
I sort of make my way past Caragor and just say, she's in. And come and sit down with Fulton.
Oh, is this the West Wing? Are we doing the West Wing?
Yeah.
Okay. Caragor walks down a corridor with like two other people talking about the press pack that got released lately. Quips about something that his wife won't let him do it, and then like back turns into a newsroom and gets handed a sheaf of meeting papers and then sits down with the vice president. Okay, Caragor he's been thinking about how he's gonna approach this, and I think what he's gonna try and do is he's gonna try and sneak up on the deadly games.
Okay,
Wow.
Yeah,
bold.
I am.
Let's play the deadly game. Go ahead and give me a stealth check to try and creep up on the deadly games.
Oh. It's a 20 total.
It's a 20 total. You spot one of the two of them. Not entirely sure which one is which. Gorons are quite hard to tell apart at the best of times, let alone telling gender or anything like that from them. But you see one of them standing around outside the bathrooms in the corridor near it with a glass of something green, sipping from it, and you kind of creep along the corridor, and then you hear a voice directly behind you say, "Where are you going, darling?"
Cracking. I knew I couldn't get you both. Well done, well played.
You turn around, another one of them is just lounging against the wall, like arm up it like a creeper, kind of winding up the wall. "We noticed you across the room."
Aye, and I noticed you back, but I made an effort to not notice you. But still, here we are, conversing with each other. Doesn't that mean something?
"Yes," one of them says. "Do you know who we are?"
I have heard tell that you are the people to go to if someone needs to take a holiday.
Hunter, he has heard of us. You, Sky, he knows so well. You are an observant one, so observant for one with one eye.
It would take observant beings like yourself to notice that that's the blind that I play, because I see everything, but I've only got an eye patch. That's cunning, that is. Well done. Listen, how is business? I've been here not for a long time. My trade isn't always in knocking down giant robots. But what I've seen a couple of low-level criminals in one bar, and besides that, I don't know what kind of agencies you employ here. Yeah, I don't know how effective you were when that giant robot came by your city. Are you struggling with a pool of talents, maybe?
We are always interested in recruiting interesting people into our organization.
Really? Are you now? That's interesting. Let me think about something for a second, see if I can be of help. Oh yeah, so, well, see, the way I see it, I've heard from the slums that there are a lot of very, very resourceful people who live out that way. People who are used to living on the fringes of society, keeping away from people, using tricks of the trade to get by, being outside the law, let's put it like that. Now, these people would provide a very, very useful pool of talent for yourselves, but they struggle to get anywhere, be in your city, as it were. Now, I hear, with my good both ears and my good one eye, that Bottlebrook's going to put forward a motion to the Master Alchemist.
You don't say.
I do.
People of the slums are difficult for us. They band together. They are unbreakable because they have nothing but one another to lean on. It makes it very hard for us to operate within their ranks.
So you wouldn't want to be people like that with a strong sense of community, you don't want to be operating against them, you want to be operating with them. I'd bring them under. Those of you who you deemed useful enough to work with, that is.
Perhaps. What are you proposing?
Shit. Do you want to hire assassins from the fucking slums? If they had actual stake in the city, and you being council members, then they'd be more. Because I'm presuming there's some kind of thieves guild or something, which does sometimes operate extrajudicially outside of realms like these. If they were able to have a stake in the city, as in the place where they actually lived, then they'd be easier to work with, or you would find them easier to work with.
He makes an interesting point, Swift.
At the moment, you can't ask someone to die for something unless they've got something to die for.
If the people had property, they would become fat. And fat people never band together for long. They're always hungry for more. You're saying if we give them a taste of something, they will become as corruptible as everybody else in this city.
Let's say for the short term, yes.
You are shrewd indeed.
I see that.
We look forward to this motion with great interest. What is your name?
Caragol One Fang, never lost fight to plant nor yeast.
You should try losing to a plant sometime. It's easier than you think.
That's what I've heard. I've got a mate, though, who wears a crown made of dead Gorans, so maybe I will, who knows? Smoke bomb! Leave. I haven't actually got a smoke bomb, so working on that, though.
Just shuffle away as they watch you go.
Gotta get myself some smoke bombs, otherwise serious assassins are never going to take me seriously.
Which leaves us Velda.
Yes.
Velda, you've got you've been tasked with visiting the large fat man known as Fal, son of Pesh. He's the one person who has not left the table. He has kind of moved a couple of seats down. He is not worried about filling up on Dahl. He is enjoying a little bit more. He's enjoying some more of another round of Dahl while everyone else is drinking, and regularly is gesturing for someone to come and refill his cups. How would you like to make your approach?
Hello.
Classic move.
Yep.
What do you want?
Well, I just saw it's very good Dahl, isn't it?
You can't have any, man.
No,
Get
no.
your own, there's enough.
Yes, no, absolutely. I wouldn't want to deprive you. You seem a very gourmand.
It's not every day you get to eat some of Chef Tenderstem's finest foods.
Oh, Chef Tenderstem.
He's one of the greatest chefs in the city. It'll be a sad loss when he's gone.
Oh, that sounds ominous. Well, yes, it's very good. We're very much enjoying the hospitality. So you look like a man who enjoys the finer things in life.
I work hard for it. It takes a lot to run the still totes.
The what?
The still totes. The names of the caravans. Every year, we do them every year. All of the merchandise of Onepian is packaged up in these great glass orbs that walk, and caravans carry them across the wasteland to mostly to Quantium. I run most of the trade in that.
Oh, I see. A very important man.
A very important man with a lot of important business. What do you want, little man?
Well, my name's Velda Cairnblight, one of the heroes of Nepian and all that sort of thing.
You're one of the ones who stopped the big metal thing.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Why couldn't you stop all of that? Why can't you stop the bandits out in the wasteland, huh?
Well, I mean, we are but few, so we're better at sort of, tackling the big things, as in literally physically big things. Are there many bandits problems out there?
I lost a fortune in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, dear.
Even worse, one of my biggest shipments was overhauled a few days ago.
Oh.
And I've lost thousands.
It sounds like a fairly dangerous investment, doesn't it? Trading and things like that.
I used to be a few wagon guards could take care of a few bandits, but they seem to be getting more organized,
Oh,
powerful. Took out most of my guards. Worst thing is, a lot of my guards disappear. Flesh swaps they were.
Oh.
You know what? You can't trust a flesh swap. You think they're built to do a certain purpose? They're built to look after you? I bet they ran at the first sign of trouble. No sign of any of them.
No loyalty there, and
I'd say they took my money, but you can't. They're not smart enough to do something like that.
no. It sounds like you need to diversify. I tell you what, I always believe one of the firmest and finest investments you can make is bricks and mortar. Good, solid buildings. Don't catch bandits, coming and nicking your buildings, do you? Because they can't, because they're buildings.
That's true.
Yeah, it's very good, yeah.
Point about that.
And funny enough, actually, I've been hearing along the grapevine, there might be some property coming on the market, potentially.
What kind of property are you talking about?
Well, certain landowners, we noticed that the residential district needs a lot of repairs, doesn't it? That place. It's a mess. I mean,
What
yes,
a mess, huh?
Yes.
I'd hate to be bored right now, having to pay to fix all of that mess.
Well, exactly. So, I think the best thing I would do if I was Borum would be to sell the property, or at least chunks of it, to prospective buyers to then repair, you see. Because if you're just paying a few buildings, that wouldn't be so bad, but, God, it must be ruinous to fix all of that.
You must think I'm an idiot, huh? I know you're friends with Borum. I see you sitting over there with Bottlebrook. You're probably involved with something with him, huh?
Well, no, not really. We're visitors to the city. It's just saying what I've noticed, really.
You come to me right after I've lost thousands of gold, saying, "Oh, why don't you buy up more buildings?" What is going on? Is Bottlebrook trying to bankrupt me or something?
No, I don't think Bottlebrook's not to do with it. Well, actually, my friend is probably going to marry his daughter, but, with Fulton, who knows? Oh, Fulton, as in Fulton Battlestone, not Fulton Bottlebrook, which is rather confusing now I think about it.
Wait, she's marrying somebody with the same name as her father?
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Yes, a bit sort of... And
What's going on there?
she called him Daddy, which was a bit, it can be a nice affectionate term, but
Yeah, she does that.
it's just got... Oh, does she? Has she done it before?
That's what I hear.
Oh, a lot of people have heard that. We're not going to tell Fulton that. He's a lovely man, prone to some rages sometimes. But yes, we're just sort of thinking about the future. We're not really friends with anybody, to be fair. Just want to see what's best for people, and I hate to see buildings wasted, you see.
If I were you, I'd get friends with some people. People without friends don't last long around here.
Well, that's true. Do you have many friends?
I got friends in the right places.
Oh, yes.
He looks over. The wardrobe shuffles a little closer.
Oh.
Don't you worry. I got friends.
Oh, yes, we've also met your friends. He gives him a wink. Very useful. Very secretive, that one. He can really keep a secret, can't he?
Keep secrets from everyone. He's useless as an information gatherer. He never tells anyone anything.
No, exactly. But you can
I
tell
don't
him
know
anyone.
how he even gets invited to these parties.
Well... So, yeah, she is. How did he even get in here?
Yeah, it's nothing to the conversation.
No.
But he's never even invited. You never expect him to turn up, but there he does.
Yes. But, it's been a lovely meeting you, and I think, you've certainly... I think you're... So, I do enjoy someone else who enjoys food as much as I do. I'm a skinny fat man, One of them.
Yeah, well, I'm a fat man.
Yeah.
Get away from my doll.
Okay, I'm going to put that down. Anyway, well, you think on what I said, and, sort of if anything comes up, do you want to come and have a word with you? Let you know, a little bit of inside track, inside information, bit of a dealio, bit of a word on the street, a bit of a message in a bottle, that sort of business.
Sure, you keep me informed, Maybe we'll help you out.
Oh, wink, winky wink. I don't know why I said that. I'm actually going to wink now. No, okay, goodbye.
You kind of shuffle back to everyone with kind of the
Just for easy, goes zoink and like steals a little bit of bread.
Oh, this guy! You return back to the main table where you're all kind of sat back down. The main course is announced.
Oh, God, I'm getting hungry again. Do you know what? Something about the food and the spice and the smells is marvellous, isn't it?
So, how did your toilet trips go?
Toiletries.
I went and spoke to the fat man.
Yeah.
Seemed to go pretty well.
I think it went
we'll
right.
say
Yeah.
Lord Bottlebrook goes to the toilet himself, giving you a little moment to talk.
Did anyone mention Bottlebrook's name?
No.
I did.
Although
Is that a bad thing?
Pesh, the son of Pesh, he seemed to jump that conclusion very quickly.
Right,
I said no, not really, but he knows your friends.
I just said that there might be a lot more business coming their way, Paul's way. So.
I said there could be, because he's lost a lot of money on trade recently, so I said, well, maybe you should invest in buildings. He was quite angry, but...
Wait, so you told him to buy the buildings?
Oh, well, I will just suggest it'd be good if they came on the market. Because if we want him to support the selling of the what's the faces, don't we?
Right.
Him to put them up for sale.
Yeah.
So yes, when it comes to pressure, he should say, "Oh yes, I think it's a good idea." If he can stop eating for 5 seconds,
I hope he
really
then
likes to
doesn't
eat.
buy the properties that are needed by the other people. but-
Yeah.
Well, wasn't the point just to get the properties on sale, and then the
Well, I
pool
think-
will take care of the rest?
Aye.
That's what they kind of said, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, it doesn't matter. We'll see.
the Diddler games, absolutely not to be trusted in the long run, but they'll be on side for if there's a vote, I imagine. They seem to be keen for that.
Does anyone kind of think that was a little bit too easy, though? Do you know what I mean? Because all three of us come back and just said, "Oh yeah, that."
Yeah, but we gotta hit.
They would
what's
stab.
next, though?
He'd stab us in the back in a second. I don't
That's what I'm
believe any of
thinking,
this.
yeah.
Yes, 'cause I don't think we're friends.
Like I just went over there for like 2 minutes and went, "Oh, Paula's great," and she went, "Bubba's great," which is true, but
I think I'm probably going to actually get stabbed in the back by my
I
two.
think
So.
yes. I think I'm probably just going to get eaten.
well, we should just keep our wits about us then, really, shouldn't we?
How'd it go with Bottlebrook?
I told him the story of when I told them the day hole and the night hole story.
Did they not know about day holes and night holes?
Being dwarves and all.
Yeah,
because that's like pure dwarf culture.
Yeah,
it's
but
high
we
dwarf
were
law, that
reminiscing about memories of the day hole and the night hole.
Memories.
Yeah.
Memories.
Have you got a lot of fond memories of the night hole?
sitting there staring out the day hole?
There was this one time where I thought it was a day hole. I was a young little lad, thought it was a day hole.
But it's that's a night hole.
Yeah, that was funny.
Absolutely riveting.
Esteemed guests, says the Master Alchemist, standing up. It is time for the main course. As befitting of such heroes, the heroes of a Nepean shall be served forth first. We have been blessed by our great chef, Tenderstem. As all of you know, the Gorans will occasionally bless us with their own flesh, and throughout their lives, they are capable of regrowing most of it. But the greatest gift that a Goran can give is the gift of those parts that will not restore. And so Chef Tenderstem, as his final delicacy, has presented his masterpiece, Chef Tenderstem. A trolley is wheeled out with a large platter on it that is placed on the table in front of the group of you. The cloche is removed on it, and on it there is the head of a Goran that is looking back up at you. There is steam rising from it, and it appears to be kind of lightly fried. The leaves around it are looking crispy. The head says, "Heroes, please partake of my face."
All right.
Oh, fun. Fist just grabs our fistful. What shit.
How is it?
It's just quite nice, actually.
All right.
I mean, literally, you're eating the face of the chef. You could at least say that it's really nice.
Please,
It's all right. I've had better face.
please have some of my cheek.
All right. Bubba eats a bit of his cheek.
Peel a bit off.
Why can you still feel pain? Yeah,
Why?
you've gone
Why?
through the process and you can still feel pain.
I have suffered all through the process, but it is for my art, for I have created the greatest delicacy.
I'll rip his eyes out.
The eyes out.
God, horrific. Like Velda sort of eats a bit.
You kind of and you sort of pass it around.
I somehow always like my meals to be a bit more mute. But yeah.
Bottlebrook goes straight for the eyes, lad.
Hey.
Did you scoop them up with your thumbs?
Once a thumber, always a thumber. That's what I thought. There's a tugging on your sleeve, Bubba. Tequila, who is sat sort of on the end of the road, kind of next to you.
Hello.
He's like, hey,
Bobby, how are you enjoying the banquet?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, why?
I'm having such a great time. I just can't keep thinking about how awful that waiter must have been to be impersonated by that, and I just think you're real great for being able to put up with all of that.
Oh, it's just one of them things. It's all right.
Yeah, I understand. Hey, Bubba.
What?
I'm only going to be a single woman for one more night.
and that's where we leave it for tonight.
Do it.
Yes. Yes, do it.
Love duel.
This week's episode is brought to you by the mighty powerful Veron. Who? Veron. Who? Cometh before the dawn. The announcer of the storms has supported this podcast. And if you wish to be like unto the god,
Yes, how?
that is Veron.
How do I?
Then you should go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast.
Wait, could you say that name again?
Never, for once the word is wrote, it is spoken upon the sky, fool.
How would I like to get my name as the god?
We've already done that.
Oh, sorry.
You idiot. Veron, we appreciate you.